You're watching North Coast News on KAEF ABC 23. At 6, severe weather first.
And you are taking a live look out of the Bay Area there. This is in Napa County, and you can see the fires burning there at this hour. No containment on these fires. Firefighters really struggling with this one, but you can see how massive this is. We're talking about 3 different fires burning down there near Santa Rosa right now. And again, homes threatened. You can see the big homes right there. A house right there on fire. Very dramatic pictures coming out of wine country as these fires continue to burn. That is just devastating to look at. Very tough to look at as you watch these fires burn tonight out of control. It's been doing this now. We've been watching this for over 48 hours. We know that more than 15 people have died. 80,000 acres has burned total, more than 20,000 structures threatened at this hour, and more than 600 homes destroyed.
That's right. They're calling this the Napa Fire Complex. We know 8 counties are under state of emergencies at this hour. The governor has declared state of emergencies for Mendocino County, Napa, Sonoma, Yuba, Butte, Lake, Nevada, and Orange counties because of these massive wildfires.
And good evening. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday night. I'm Scott Rates.
And I'm Nazi Javid. We're going to take you right over to Santa Rosa, where reporter Reed Andrews has the latest on the devastation there.
Flor Diaz and her family look through the ash to try and find just any part of their past that survived.
I found my Bible, but as soon as I touch it, it disintegrated.
She moved to Santa Rosa to raise a family 23 years ago. Early Monday morning, she was forced to leave that home. And then 30 hours later, her home was no longer standing.
I think I'm still in denial. I keep thinking that, I'm not gonna buy this because I have plenty at home. But I don't have a home. So it's like we're being erased.
The recovery for this neighborhood will likely take years. In this moment, those faraway plans seem daunting. So Diaz searches for something to smile about in the pile of rubble.
This is the ring that my husband proposed to me 30 years ago.
The damage is so widespread, this mobile home park was leveled, and with it, dozens of families are without a place to stay.
At least I have my roses.
Down the road from there, Beatrice Caldwell sees her home for the first time.
Some things we thought we can salvage some stuff because it still wasn't burnt down, but everything's gone. Everything, our whole life.
Despite the devastation, the people pledged to come back as a community, and as they make those first steps towards rebuilding, they're reminded that for some, this fire was deadly, and they feel thankful to have survived.
We got our families, we got ourselves, we got our lives.
My focus is my kids, my husband, my sister. We're alive, we're healthy, we can start over.
And just terrible to look at those neighborhoods. Nothing left but the chimney of so many homes, home after home there.
It's incredible. You know, I lived in Santa Rosa for 6 years, and a lot of my friends have been affected by this. A lot of devastation out there, and we're starting to put some faces to those who are dying.
That's right. Officials have identified a couple who was killed in that fire, the fire destroying their Napa County home.
Today, the Napa County Sheriff said that 100-year-old Charles Rippey and his wife, 98-year-old Sarah Rippey, died inside their home. The couple's granddaughter says their home was quickly ravaged by the fire and they just weren't able to get out. Tonight, we are hearing from that couple's son.
We often talked among each other about, how either one of them would deal with life without the other, especially my father. He loved my mother, and he called her the queen right up until the end. Yeah, and we can see by where they found his body that he was trying to get from his room to her room. He never made it.
It's just utter devastation. That elderly couple recently celebrated 75 years of marriage.
So this is my parents' house. It's gone. The whole neighborhood's pretty much gone. This is the only thing standing right now, the Mary.
Symbolic there. You can hear the emotion in that woman's voice. Returning to her parents' house, where it stood for the past 26 years. As you can see, there's nothing left. Okay, let's break down the numbers for you on each of these fires that are burning at this hour.
We know that altogether more than 80,000 acres have been burned. In Napa County, the Tubbs fire has scorched 27,000 acres. It's burning off Highway 128 and Bennett Lane. CAL FIRE tells us more than 16,000 structures are threatened at this hour. And so far, officials say 571 structures have been destroyed. 550 of those are homes. And there are hundreds of missing persons reports that have been filed.
We have a team of people now working on finding the missing persons. There's 240 missing persons report as of now. Of that 240, we've actually located 57 people safely. So a lot of communication issues, a lot of power issues. Hooking people back up with their families has been very important to us, so that's one of the things we're working on.
Now, this is important. According to CAL FIRE, you can check their website on your screen for shelter updates. CAL FIRE wants you to know, though, that some evacuation centers may close throughout the day. However, they say the shelter will be available throughout the night.
Also in Napa County, the Atlas Fire, one of these three major fires, this one burning off of Atlas Peak Road. That's just south of Lake Berryessa. At this hour, CAL FIRE says that it has burned 25,000 acres. Officials say that the flames are threatening about 5,000 structures, and about 125 of those structures have already been destroyed.
Again, in Napa County, 1,000 acres have burned in the Partrick fire. CAL FIRE says this one is off Partrick Road west of Napa. Now over to Sonoma County, thousands of acres continue to burn there.
CAL FIRE tells us that the Nuns Fire has burned more than 5,000 acres tonight. It's located just off of Highway 12 north of Glen Ellen. There's no word of any containment, and several communities still remain evacuated. Also important to point out here, we still don't know what caused these fires.
That's right.
That's still under investigation, but 0% containment out there. Firefighters are just doing whatever they can to stop these flames from hitting any more structures. That's first and foremost. Before they're even thinking about putting them out, they've got to get them away from the houses right now, and the battle is just very intense out there, quite obviously. And the winds could be picking up later in the week, so that's not good news either.
Yeah, resources are just stretched thin right now with all these fires in the North State. Now, the Pocket Fire is also burning in Sonoma County, destroying 1,200 acres. CAL FIRE says it's off of Pocket Ranch Road and Ridge Ranch Road in Geyserville.
Okay, if you're looking for a loved one, if you can't find somebody, there's all kinds of communication problems out there right now. But if you want to let them know that you're safe or find out if they're safe, there's a way to do that, right? That's
right. Napa officials are telling us today that the best way to do that is to go to www.safeandwell.org. Again, that's safeandwell.org. It's a website run by the American Red Cross. You see it there on your screen. After a disaster, you can go on this site. You can let your family and friends know that you're safe. You register yourself as Safe and Well. This website is designed to help make that communication a little easier for you, especially with all the mobile and data outages we're seeing as a result of these fires.
Our homes, 20 years. We built our homes up there, and we have 2 of them up there. And
they were forced to leave their home of 20 years with little notice from flames quickly approaching. Evacuations are still in place at this hour for areas of Potter Valley, Redwood Valley, and the Golden Rule community. This as the Mendocino Lake complex continues to burn.
So far, CAL FIRE says that there's more than 21,000 acres that have gone up in flames in this fire just north of the Napa fire. Obviously, it's burning down there. Another very serious fire that we need to talk about. Right now, this fire threatening at least 50 structures tonight. CAL FIRE is reporting that this deadly fire has killed at least 1 person, injuring 2 others. North Coast News' Max Rodriguez was in Willits and shows us how people who have been evacuated are having trouble communicating with loved ones.
Smoke inside our car. The Redwood and Potter fires burning tens of thousands of acres, prompting people to pack up, leaving their homes, not knowing if they will still be there when they return.
Pretty much built everything up there. So we retired, and that was going to be our retirement. Well, it's the way it is. Just got to start over again.
Lila and James McLean were forced to evacuate in Bear Canyon. And like many, they found themselves at the Willits Library trying to find signal to let their family know they're okay.
we woke up around 1 in the morning when the power was out, and we just, figured the power was out, something happened. And so I told him, I said, let's just call in PG&E and see what's going on. We had no cell service, we had no power, we had no water, we had nothing.
The library is one of the few places where people can access spotty internet connection.
We can't get a hold of anybody.
Can't get out, call out. We came here to the library to try to call out, can't call out. So we may have to go all the way to Fort Bragg, let our family know we're safe.
They were forced to leave their home at moment's notice. The fire only about a quarter mile away from their property.
Mariposa Ridge is where our house is, and that's the stopping line for the fire.
They're trying to stop it there, but I don't know if they're going to. They started dropping retardant and stuff around 4:30. So
water buckets, yeah. Water buckets.
Up until that point, they hadn't done anything yet.
Gigi McCready is also trying to make a phone call to let her daughter know she's doing fine.
Well, I was told that we had internet service here. I do not have internet service at my home, which is 3 miles east of the library. So I came down trying to locate internet service so I could contact my daughter.
My home is gone.
Her daughter Chelsea lives in Sonoma, and the deadly fire there destroying homes, businesses, and people's lives.
The last I've heard was that she was safe in Rona Park, but she doesn't know that I'm safe here in Willits.
In Willits, Max Rodriguez, North Coast News.
And if you know somebody who has been evacuated, if you have been evacuated, you can go to Willits High School and City Hall for shelter and food tonight.
You can also drop off supplies at Humboldt Bay Fire Station 1 in Eureka to help them. We'll tell you about that in just a moment.
If your cell service or internet is out, you are not alone. We are really struggling here on the coast right now with that.
Yep, I've been out for 2 days. Humboldt County is experiencing the second day of a large-scale AT&T outage. Officials tell us it's a result of these recent fires. Now, the city of Eureka City notified people yesterday that their phone system could be down to a large-scale AT&T outage. Officials said if you need to report an urgent problem, you should call the Eureka Police Department's business line at 707-441-4044. You see it there on your screen. You can also go to the city email system by going to their website.
Thousands of people affected by that for sure. We also spoke with PG&E today. They tell us that their crews are working 24/7 to support the first responders and customers who have been affected by the North State fires. PG&E says about 2,500 customers are without power in Mendocino County in the areas of the Porter Valley and Redwood Valley. That's where that fire is burning. They have also shut off gas to about 4,000 customers in the Willits area. They said that they are putting safety first here, and in some cases they have also de-energized power lines to support the response efforts out there. Obviously, firefighters get out there. There are power lines out there. Those power lines are live with the fire. That is not a good mix, so they are not going to mess around with this, and they're taking all the proper precautions when it comes to that. They said that they will be assessing the damage once they have safe access to do so.
Now, if you're in Humboldt County and you'd like to help, here is what you can do.
Humboldt Bay Fire is accepting donations for those displaced by the fires down south. They'll be accepting for another hour until 7 o'clock tonight at 533 C Street in Eureka.
Our reporter, North Coast News ABC 23's Max Rodriguez, was outside of Humboldt Bay Fire Station while this was going on and tells us how we can help.
Well, we're right in front of the Humboldt Bay Station number 1 here, Humboldt Bay Fire. And if people want to come and donate and bring supplies for the folks down in Mendocino County who have been affected by fire, this is a place to come. Come follow me. There's lots of water. As you can see, this truck is just full of water bottles. These are going to Mendocino County tonight. And this idea was council members Austin Allison's from here, the city of Eureka. And, well, hello, Austin.
Oh, hey, Max. How's it going?
Really good. You know, you have lots of goods here. When are you going down to Mendocino?
We're leaving down tonight, actually. We're going to leave around 7 o'clock. So we have a convoy, about 5 or 6 trucks and trailers right now. So we'll be all heading down. We're a bit overwhelmed by the community stepping up and donating so many good stuff, but we're going to put it all to good use tonight by heading down there and helping out some people.
Fantastic. What's going to be your first stop down there?
The first stop is going to be the Petaluma Fairgrounds. That's where a lot of the displaced people are at currently, and so they're in desperate need of just basic amenities, you know, toiletries, places to sleep on, pillows, you know, because when your house is burning, you don't think of grabbing any of that stuff. You're just grabbing your essential items. So that's what we hope to bring to them, is just make some basic comforts for them.
Absolutely. Well, safe travels down there. Stay safe. And as you can see, there's lots more goods. They're bringing stuff from the inside, so I can imagine there's even more things inside. But as you can see, look at this pile. It's big enough. And I hope this will be a lot of help for folks who need it. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and toss it back to you, Scott and Nazi, in the studio.
Okay, thank you, Max. Now, some of those items that they need out there include non-perishable food items, water, can openers, sleeping pads or cots, toothbrushes, toothpaste, and personal hygiene products.
Yeah, it's really great that they're doing this. Now, more of those items they need include wipes, diapers, formula, things you don't really think about until you don't have them. Toilet paper, cell phone chargers, dog and cat food. Again, officials tell us that Humboldt Bay Fire Director Austin Allison will bring donations on a trip down south this evening. Plus, how are the winds going to be playing out for us tomorrow for these fires?
That's a big question out there. Are they going to pick up later on in the week? When are they going to pick up? Because we have been hearing that they will pick up.
Yeah.
That's going to cause a big problem for firefighters out there. 0% containment on all of these fires. That's the very scary part here, Nazi.
It's really frightening, Scott.
Yep. Okay. Our first alert meteorologist, Rob Elvington, breaking down everything we need to know weather-wise. He'll be here with us in less than 2 minutes.